In the depths of an untamed jungle, sunlight breaks through towering trees, painting the ground in streaks of gold. The air hums with life, birds cry out, insects buzz, and leaves rustle with secrets. But today, silence trembles, for two rulers are about to collide. One is a mountain of muscle, a silverback gorilla, whose presence commands respect without a crown. The other, a golden-maned lion, a predator carved by hunger and pride, ready to prove his dominion. Between them lies something fragile and unprepared for this storm. A helpless brown puppy, trembling in the dirt, unaware that its fate has drawn kings into battle. What begins as a simple encounter becomes a clash of power, mercy, and survival. The jungle will remember this day, not for who was strongest, but for who chose to protect. This is the story of a true clash of kings. Morning arrives slowly in the jungle, each sound layering like an orchestra of life. Dew clings to the leaves, parrots argue in the treetops, and ants march across the soil in endless processions. Among the shadows moves the gorilla, his body towering like a living fortress. Every step sinks into the earth, every breath rolls like distant thunder. Behind him, his troop lingers unseen, their trust woven into his strength. He is not only leader, he is balance, the silent guardian of this green empire. Yet, in the stillness, a sound cuts through, a whimper, soft, unfamiliar, vulnerable. The gorilla halts, head turning. From beneath ferns, a small puppy stumbles forward, muddy paws trembling, eyes wide with fear. It does not belong here. This place of predators and shadows is no cradle for the weak. The gorilla lowers his vast hand, lifting the pup with unexpected gentleness, tucking it against his chest. In that single act, power bends into protection. But far from this moment of tenderness, another force prowls. Through the undergrowth, IDs the lion, golden mane flickering with shafts of light. His paws crush the grass, each step steady, inevitable. Hunger glints in his eyes, but behind it burns pride, the knowledge that kings do not share. His roar has ruled the plains, and today it will echo through the jungle. He catches the scent of life, small, helpless, unguarded. Yet when his gaze cuts through the trees, it does not meet prey. It meets another king. The gorilla steps into the clearing, the puppy pressed to his chest. Across the circle of dust, the lion emerges, shoulders rippling with power. Their eyes lock, and the air between them grows heavy, as if the forest itself holds its breath. The lion's law is simple. What is weak must be claimed. The gorilla's law is different. What is weak must be protected. The silence shatters as the lion crouches low, tail flicking like a fuse. With a surge, he lunges forward, jaws wide, teeth flashing. The gorilla roars back, chest pounding like war drums, and with one arm braces the puppy safe, while with the other he collides with the charging lion. The ground erupts, leaves burst into the air, and the clash of kings begins. The clearing shakes with every blow, soil sprays upward, leaves whirl in a storm of chaos, and the puppy's tiny heartbeat races against the thunder of giants. The lion's claws dig into the earth, carving trenches as he pushes back with raw fury. His mane flares like fire, jaws snapping inches from the gorilla's arm. Each roar from his throat is a challenge written in blood and pride. Surrender or be torn apart. But the gorilla does not yield. Muscles ripple beneath his dark fur as he plants his knuckles deep into the ground, making the jungle itself his ally. With one arm shielding the trembling pup, he drives the other into the lion's path, holding the predator at bay. They circle, neither willing to back down. The lion prowls low, muscles coiled like springs, eyes locked on his rival. His every movement speaks of dominance, of ancient hunts where only the strongest feasted. The gorilla, chest rising and falling with steady rhythm, pounds his sternum once more, a sound that reverberates like war drums through the trees. He does not attack without reason, but he will not allow this ground, or the helpless creature in his arms, to be claimed by another. The lion lunges again, faster this time, aiming not for the gorilla's chest, but for the soft vulnerability of his side. Teeth snap like blades, catching a handful of fur. The gorilla snarls, swinging his massive arm, the impact knocking the lion sideways into the dirt. Dust explodes into the air, and for a heartbeat, the forest goes silent. The puppy whines softly, burrowing closer into the gorilla's grip. That tiny sound, fragile as a leaf in the wind, steals the silverback's resolve. This fight is no longer about dominance. It is about guardianship. But the lion is not finished. He rises slowly, eyes blazing brighter than before, a rumble vibrating deep within his chest. Pride burns hotter than pain. With a furious roar, he charges again, this time leaping high, claws outstretched, fangs aimed for the gorilla's neck. The gorilla braces, slamming his feet into the earth, one hand pushing the puppy safely behind his massive frame. When they collide, it is like two storms clashing in the sky. The impact rattles branches, sends birds screaming into the air. Pinned for a moment beneath the lion's weight, the gorilla feels the pressure of jaws grazing his shoulder. His muscles tense like steel cables, and with an explosive heave, he throws the lion off. Both kings skid back, circling, breathing hard, eyes never leaving one another. Sweat, dust, and fury mingle in the air. And then comes the turning point. The gorilla slams his palm against the lion's head, forcing him down against the soil. His strength is overwhelming, every muscle a pillar of unyielding power. The lion's body thrashes, claws scraping the ground, but the gorilla does not crush him. He holds, firm but deliberate, his gaze sharp, yet not cruel. The lion roars with all his might, head tilted back, jaws wide, teeth glinting in the sunlight. His cry echoes through the forest like fire through dry leaves. Yet still, the gorilla does not strike. He does not finish. He simply holds. In his other arm, the puppy trembles, but its tiny eyes reflect something unexpected, calm in the storm. The forest itself seems to pause, watching the choice being made. The gorilla has the power to end the lion here, to claim unquestioned dominance. But instead, he shows something far greater than strength, restraint. He will not kill for pride. He will not destroy to prove. In this moment, the battle transforms. It is no longer just a fight for territory or survival. It is a test of what it means to be a true king. The air quivers with tension. Beneath the gorilla's palm, the lion thrashes once more, muscles rippling with desperate fury. His claws tear grooves into the earth. His mane shakes free dust and sunlight. Every instinct in his body screams to fight, to prove that he alone is king. His roar splits the canopy, a sound so fierce that even the birds fall silent. Yet the gorilla does not flinch. His grip is steady, his gaze unwavering, his other arm still cradling the tiny heartbeat pressed against his chest. This is the climax, the moment when strength could become destruction. The gorilla knows it, the lion knows it. Even the forest seems to know it, for the wind stills, the leaves freeze, and the air feels thick with judgment. If the gorilla tightens his grip, the lion's story ends here. If the lion ekes free, the puppy's story ends instead. Both kings understand the weight of this fragile balance. And then, With a breath like thunder softening into rain, the gorilla makes his choice. He does not crush. He does not conquer. He releases. His massive hand lifts, leaving the lion gasping on the ground, mane tangled with dirt, but spirit unbroken. The silverback steps back slowly, his body still coiled with readiness, his eyes never leaving his rival. Yet the message is clear. This battle is not about pride. It is about protection. The lion rises, shaking his mane, chest heaving with the effort of defiance. His eyes burn, but there is something new within them. Not defeat, not surrender, but respect. He growls low, a sound less of rage than of recognition, and steps back. The forest exhales at last. Birds call again, branches sway, and the ground feels alive once more. The gorilla adjusts his grip on the puppy, holding it with a tenderness that belies his colossal form. The little creature blinks up at him, innocent eyes reflecting trust, unaware of how close the world came to losing it. Around them, the jungle settles, its laws rewritten, not by teeth or claws, but by mercy. From the shadows, the rest of the gorilla's troop emerges, young ones peering curiously, mothers chuffing softly. They circle the silverback and his fragile prize, their curiosity touching the tiny stranger with cautious sniffs. The puppy yips once, a small, hopeful sound, and the troop accepts it, surrounding the little one with a new kind of family. At the edge of the clearing, the lion pauses once more. His mane glows in the fading shafts of sunlight as he casts a final glance back. He has lost no crown, no kingdom. Instead, he carries away a truth whispered only by the strongest, that kingship is not measured by the lives you take, but by the lives you spare. With a final growl of acknowledgement, he melts into the shadows, his golden form vanishing between the trees. The silverback watches you, until the forest swallows his rival, then lowers himself into the soil, the puppy nestled safely against his chest. The jungle has seen many battles, many deaths, many claims of power. But today, it has witnessed something different, that the greatest roar is not the loudest, but the one that guards instead of destroys. And so the story ends not with victory or defeat, but with a whisper that will echo through the canopy for generations. The truest king is the one who protects the smallest among us.